If you are someone that has looked at the new Blazon feature and you still think to yourself, what in the blazing do I do with this? You're in the right place and we're going to take care of you here. Hi and welcome to Red Evony. I am Akayasha. You can call me Aka. Now, since the Blazon feature was released, there are still quite a few people that are confused about what to do with it. So, in this video, we're going to be looking at the basics of Blazon, the uses of Blazon. I'm going to make some recommendations based on what I've seen and my opinion so far. And in that line, we're also going to be talking about upgrading Blazons. So, hopefully by the end of this video, you should be in a good place to be able to start thinking about what to do with the Blazon that you have. Before we carry on, I just want to say that I've looked at the Blazon feature and Aka likes Blazons. And we're going to talk more about that as we go along. Okay, first of all, basics of Blazons. The simplest way I can describe what Blazons are is to think about your monarch gear, the gear you have for your generals. Blazons are essentially gears for your troops. That's the simplest way I can break it down. Now, so far, there are 8 types of Blazon. These are spread across the 4 troop types. So, each of the troop types has 2 types of Blazon that can be used on the troops. For ground troops, we have Justice Blazon and Sacrifice Blazon. For ranged troops, we have Valor and Compassion. For mounted troops, we have Soul Blazon and Honor Blazon. And for siege troops, we have Honesty and Humility. And in all honesty, I have no idea how they came up with these names, but that's what we have. Each Blazon type has 6 different varieties to it. Now, you get the Blazons in the Junior Blazon chest, and when you open them up, it opens up to all the different types of Blazon, and you can see them in your inventory. But to make things simpler, we'll go to one of our troop buildings. In this case, we'll go to the Archer Camp. When you click on the Archer Camp, you'll see the Blazon icon. Once you click on that, it takes you to the Blazon menu. And as you can see here, you have 6 available slots that you can put Blazons on. Again, similar to what you would have for your monarch gear or the gear on your generals. Now, in each slot, you could place either of the 2 types of Blazon that are available for that troop type. So, for the case of ranged, you could have either a Valor Blazon or a Compassion Blazon. However, each particular slot takes a specific variation of the Blazon type. And when you go through your menu, you could see things like fire, ocean, wind, earth, light, shadow, all those names. Those go into specific slots in the Blazon menu. You don't need to worry about memorizing all those names or knowing exactly where they go. The menu does that automatically for you. Let's look at this one here. When we click on it, you can see that it gives us the options available for this slot. We have the Compassion Blazon and we also have the Valor Blazon. In this particular slot, only ocean variation of the Blazons can go on. Each Blazon that you have has its own basic attributes that it comes with, and there is a variation to them. And as you can see here, even though I have 4 Valor Ocean Blazons, they all have different attributes in them. So, you need to pay attention to the basic attributes on the Blazons. The Blazon types have set attributes. So, if we look at the Compassion Blazon again, and we click on the arrow here, it shows us the set attributes for the Blazon. So, these are the set attributes for the Compassion Blazon. And if we click on the Valor Blazon, we can see the set attributes for Valor Blazon. So, how do we equip the Blazons? It's actually very simple. You click on the slot, you see the Blazons that you have available there, you equip. And then it pops up. You go to the next slot, look at what you have available, pick one, and equip. And you do that for all the slots that you have Blazons available. So for this one, we have the Compassion Blazon, and on this one, we have the Valor Blazon. To get the set attributes, all you need to do is make sure that you have another Valor Blazon or another Compassion Blazon in any of the other available slots. So for example, if we come to this one and we pick Valor Blazon, you can see it automatically shows us the set attribute available there. If you click on the Blazon itself, you can see right here, the set attribute is highlighted in green. So in this case, we have two Valor Blazons. If I change this one, remove it, and put the Compassion Blazon, you can see it now shows us the Compassion Blazon set attribute. If we click on it, you can see it there. And that's basically how it works. Depending on the combination that you have on the specific troop type, it will activate the various levels of the set attribute for that Blazon. So whether you have 2 pieces, or you have 4 pieces, or you have all the slots filled out with Compassion Blazon, and then you get the 6-piece set attribute. In addition, right here, you have the option of setting various presets for your Blazons with different combination of Blazons equipped on them. We will talk more about presets later on in the video. Now, how exactly can you use the Blazons? From what I've seen so far, Blazons have basically 2 uses. 1 for PvP, and then 2 for others. And we're going to break this down. For PvP, you have either attacking or defending. For others, you have options like monsters, rallies, reinforcing, and some other options available there as well. So, one of the first things that you will have to decide is how you want to use your Blazons. Do you want to use them for attacking, defending, monsters, rallies, reinforcing? The choice is yours. When you are deciding what you are using your Blazons for, it is important that you pay significantly more attention to the set attributes for that type of Blazon than you do for the basic attributes of that Blazon. And that is because, from what I've seen so far, the set attributes are more valuable than the basic attributes of the Blazons, at least initially. If we look at this one, we can see if you wanted to set your Blazons towards monsters, you'll be looking to get the Soul Blazon equipped on the troop. If we look at the Honor Blazon, this Blazon is for PvP and specifically for attacking. So you then look at the set attributes for what you would prefer, and once that has been set, then you can start looking at the basic attributes for the specific Blazons that you have. So now that we've looked at the basics of Blazons and you know the basics of how to use them, what is the best way to use them? What are the best combinations? What is recommended? Based on what I have seen so far, these are my opinions and this is what I would recommend. I think that Blazons are much more important and more useful when they are geared towards defense than offense. And this is part of the reason why I am really happy about this Blazon update. In my opinion, when you look at the usefulness and the potential effectiveness of the set attributes that are applied on the Blazons, for me, the defensive options are certainly much more appealing than the offensive options. What I would recommend that anybody looking at Blazons do first is to look at how you can use Blazons to improve your defense before looking at how you can use Blazons to improve your offensive power. Of course, people might feel differently about that, but that is also part of the beauty of this Blazon update. It allows you to modify depending on what you feel would be most appropriate for you. So that's the first recommendation I have. The second recommendation is regarding presets. As you can see, we have 3 slots for presets available, but in my opinion, you would probably only need 1 set of presets for some of your troop types. Part of the reason I say this is because depending on how you set your presets, let's say you have 1 for attacking, 1 for defending, for example, when you are actually in a PvP situation, it will be very difficult for you to be out, come back into your keep, try and get to your troop building to change your presets to the one that you want. So, for the time being, just focus on having 1 preset of Blazons fully set up. This would apply for your Blazon setup for your ranged troops, your ground troops, and your siege. The only exception to this would be the mounted troops. And that is because the mounted Blazons have 1 set for PvP and 1 set for monsters. So, it makes sense for you to have 1 preset on your mounted troops for PvP and 1 preset for monsters. Of course, this will depend on how many Blazons you have at your disposal. So, first of all, focus on getting 1 done, whether the monsters or the PvP, and then worry about getting the second one done a bit later. Next, we'll talk about combinations. As I mentioned earlier, your choice of Blazon would largely be guided by the set attributes that Blazon has. So, based on the set attributes, you'll be deciding what combinations you should focus on, whether you want combinations for attacking, for defense, or you want to have a bit of a balance. Maybe 2 pieces with attacking set attributes and 4 pieces with defending set attributes, or vice versa. How would that look like in practice? Let's go to the ranged troop section and let's equip some Blazon. So, for the first one, we equip the compassion. Let's do compassion again. Let's do valor for this one. We can do valor for that one as well. Let's do compassion for this. And let's do valor for this. Right here, we have 3 of the valor, 3 of the compassion. And as you can see, we have the first of the set attributes for each of them. This is a balanced approach that you could take with any of your troop types, provided that you have enough of the Blazon to do that. However, let's say I wanted to change the compassion Blazon that I have here. So I remove that and I put a valor Blazon instead. You can see that instantly I get the 4-piece set attribute for the valor, and that is for attacking. So with this setup, the Blazon that I have is more geared towards attacking than it is defending. Let's say I switch it up again and I go back to the compassion, and then I come and take this one off and I put the compassion instead. You can see that the gear sets have switched more towards the defending. And this is essentially what you're going to be doing. You will adjust your Blazon combinations depending on how much of the set attributes you want in a particular direction, whether attacking or defending. In my opinion, it's best to focus on getting the set attributes first before you focus on the basic attributes. And of course, once you have gotten the combination of the set attributes that you would like, whether 2-piece, 4-piece, or 6-piece, then you can drill down to the individual Blazon to start picking them out based on the basic attributes that they have. That covers it for recommendations. Finally, we're going to talk about upgrading Blazon. And the first thing I'm going to have to say here is do not upgrade your Blazon. Do not upgrade your Blazon until you have filled up your Blazon slots or until you have specific Blazon that you are 100% happy to keep based on the basic attributes that it gives you. Otherwise, I would say wait before you do anything about upgrading your Blazon. Once you have equipped the Blazon on the troop type as we have here, if you click on the Blazon and you go to the upgrade, all the Blazon that have been equipped are removed from this list. So when you come to the upgrade screen, any Blazon that has already been equipped on your troops cannot be used in the upgrade process. And how the process works, you basically select a Blazon and then you use those Blazons that you have selected to upgrade this specific one. At the initial stages, each Blazon gives you 100 points. And as you can see the bar here, to upgrade from level 1 to level 2, you need 200 points, so you will need 2 Blazon. Once you have selected 2 that you want to get rid of, you will have the option to upgrade. If you click upgrade, then this particular Blazon that we have here will be upgraded to level 2. At this point, before you actually go ahead with upgrading the Blazon, I would recommend that you click the lock icon at the top right to lock that Blazon. And I would also recommend that you do that for all the Blazon that you have equipped on your troops. This is just an added layer of protection to make sure that you do not accidentally use a Blazon that you want to keep in the upgrading process. Once you have all the Blazons locked, again, you can then come in and do the upgrade process free of worry. Again, I want to reiterate, there is no immediate rush for you to upgrade your Blazon. Wait until you have enough, or wait until you get a specific one that you know you are happy to keep. Then you can start moving forward to look at upgrading your Blazon. Now, that pretty much covers all the important things that you need to know about Blazon. And going forward, we can expect that we will have a few more things to look forward to when it comes to Blazon. The first one that you can expect is we will get more Blazon. We will get more events with Blazons available. Likely we will get more packs with Blazon. There will be more opportunities for you to get Blazon. Also, the Blazon system is still quite new. We will still have more people experimenting and trying things out. I will also be doing the same as well. There will be more additional strategies for you to follow when it comes to your Blazon. That's something to look forward to. And of course, I'll make more content on those things when they become available. If you like the content, be sure to give it a like. If you have any questions or comments about Blazons, things you want to share, feel free to drop a comment down below. Thank you very much. Aka signing out.